over 50 women burned hijabs and raised slogans in support of the Iranian protesters fighting against hijab. So this is a sentiment from within India that we're picking up with regards to the ongoing movement against the veil in Iran that is currently on in full swing, and a group of Muslim women who belong to a particular outfit, activist group, has now come out and collectively, as you can see on your screens, these are visuals of some of those women while holding placards in their hands can be seen burning the hijab. So yes, while there is an internal debate in India as well over the hijab issue, and many have come out to in fact call this a right of women, saying that this is in fact depictive of their religious identity. There are those, of course, who have been contesting that argument, saying that let the women make that choice, and that's exactly what we're picking up from Iran as well. Now, it's not just limited to India. Remember, across the world we've seen, and as you can see on your screens, these are influential people, celebrities, artists from across the world who are currently standing in solidarity with the women in Iran who are protesting against this regime and against the dictatorial guidelines that have been issued by the Iranian authorities. And now these women in India have come out in solidarity with the Iranian women, with the movement that is currently on in Iran. You can see Muslim women burning the hijab outside the Kozhikode Town Hall. Let me go across to Vivek joining us with more details. Vivek, what can you tell us about this group of women? We're being told that they're Muslim women, and we can clearly see how while raising placards they're also burning the hijab. But what is their view and what is their opinion?
Yes, now these are the members of the Islamic Free Thinkers Association. This happened yesterday evening, right outside the Kozhikode Town Hall. Remember, they are protesting in solidarity with the women who are protesting against hijab in Iran. This seminar happened yesterday around 6 o'clock. This is a Free Thinkers seminar that was conducted, and nearly 150 women, mostly from Muslim community, had come there, and also people from other groups, atheist groups, have assembled out there, and they have been protesting against hijab. Remember, this particular group, even though it's a very small group, they have been very, very critical as far as the protest that's happening in Iran is concerned. And yesterday they had come out openly, they took their hijab and burnt it in public. Now this has come out as a huge embarrassment, especially for certain fundamentalistic group who has not come out openly and criticized it, but in social media they have been criticized widely. I just spoke to one of the person who has organized this event yesterday. He said that yes, they will conduct such events in going forward, and this is something which is in solidarity with those women who are protesting, especially those young women who are protesting in Iran against hijab culture. In India, I feel this is the first time that openly women are coming out and burning hijab, and that's the reason why the small protest is holding a larger significance, especially at a time and a place like Kozhikode. Remember, in Kozhikode we had earlier reported that in college a woman had actually approached the principal and the management, saying that she should be given the chance of wearing the hijab, and the college denied the permission. And then we saw the protest of various groups, especially organizations who were protesting, and now this is basically contradicting this particular protest where Muslim women came out and openly burnt hijab, showing their...
Stay on with us, Vivek. Let me go across to Abha Singh joining us on the phone line. Abha, what do you make of this? Because, there has also been a demand that has been made by the likes of Priyanka Chopra in the past, who've asked influential women in India to speak up, to be the voice of those who don't want to give in to these mandatory dress codes. And in that sense, you have a group of women, Muslim women, who've come out today and who are burning the hijab, saying that it's our right to decide what we want to wear and what we don't.
I really applaud these women who've come out in Kozhikode and burned hijab and said that it is their choice and decision, and it should not be imposed on by Maulanas or by communal bodies. Because very true, when on one hand we talk of right to equality and freedom of speech and expression, then why should these poor Muslim women, the issues be imposed upon them? And rightly so, when world over is protesting over hijabs and people are burning hijab after the Iran issue, I think it's very correct that the educated women must come forward, and Priyanka Chopra has taken a very right stand, and she has asked women to come forward and support these girls. I'm happy that Priyanka Chopra, and in fact others from Bollywood, should also come out, because Bollywood carries weight and people look upon them as stars. So they should also come forward and support the cause. Because if you're putting women in hijab, you're putting them in parda, how do they come out and educate themselves? How do they become equal and fight the patriarchy? So on one hand, it's very good that these girls have come forward. These women in Kozhikode have come forward and they're burning hijabs. And also literate women who are keeping quiet, not only in the Muslim community but in other communities, they must come and support that there should be no imposition of any kind on any women in this country.
Absolutely. Well, those who have come out in favor of this very movement in India, though, have very often said that, look, here's a problem that women in India continue to face. They're not being allowed to wear hijabs inside the classrooms, but those opposing that idea, Abha, have maintained that any attempt to veil women in the name of religion, even if it begins with a headscarf, should be seen as a sign of religious fundamentalism in a future where extensive veiling will be mandated under law.
Absolutely, any veiling is religious fundamentalism. Even I stand by that. And also, you are politicizing institutes. These young girls who are going to school, I am sure they do not even know about all this, but these are bodies, religious bodies, which are trying to push them to protest, because school is not a place to protest. It is to get education, and there should be a dress code. So if inside the school they say you don't wear a hijab, which is fair enough, but outside, if they in their confines of their home they want to do something, then as per privacy, they can do that. But in a public space, you have to follow the public laws. In fact, the Constitution also says public order, morality and health. So these are the points on which restrictions can be made or differences can be initiated. So I personally feel, and in fact, I think that is what everybody feels, that women should not be veiled. It should not be imposed upon them. If they want to wear a veil in their house, they are most welcome. But if in a public space, the public order, morality and health issues must be looked into.
All right, let me go across to Zeenat Shaukat Ali joining us on the phone line. Naba Singh, thank you for speaking to us. Miss Zeenat Shaukat Ali, what do you make of this? This also once again puts our focus back, or rather pushes us to once again focus on the very idea that this debate is not supposed to be about the hijab. It's supposed to be about women's choice. So we're every time talking about it in political circles and weighing it by political means, we're missing the entire point.
Yes, I think I agree with you. It is a matter of women's choice, and I believe what I have been told is that the women in Kerala are burning the hijab. Is that right?
Yes.
In support of the Iranian women.
Yes, a group of Muslim women. Of course, they belong to a particular organization as well, but these are Muslim women who, while raising those placards, can be seen burning the hijab, and of course, like you said, in support of the Iranian movement that's currently on.
I see. So the thing is that, you see, do they mean that they do not want to wear the hijab, or they only protesting for the Iranian women?
No, this of course is with regards to the ongoing movement in Iran. They want to be the voice of those women who are currently fighting for their choice.
I think that, when you represent anyone who is fighting for a choice and who have been oppressed and suppressed and have been killed. So many people have been killed over this issue. I think standing by such people and standing by the choice that those women should be allowed to make. You see, unfortunately, in Iran, there is no question of choice. It is a compulsion that everyone has to be dressing in a particular fashion. So I think what the women are saying, that we want the freedom to dress as we choose, and so the choice must be with them. And I think any form of protest, I don't know about burning the burqas, but a form of protest where Muslim women stand. I have stood up also for the Iranian women and the poor ladies and the kind of deplorable treatment that they have received and are continuing in their fight. I think I myself would stand by them. I don't know whether I would support burning a hijab, but this definitely is there that they need our support, and I welcome that support.
Absolutely. What we can conclude though, Ms. Zina Shaukat Ali, is that in Iran the state, like we all know, is interfering in the rights of women, the choice of women to decide what to wear and what not to wear, and these are Muslim women in Kerala who are standing in solidarity with the women who are waging that war in Iran. Thank you for speaking to us here on Times Now. It's time for us to quickly head into a short break. We'll be right back.